Awesome. Okay, cool. What can I do for you?
So I just been doing like a lot of off market recently.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those types of deals. I have my VA calling, but honestly, like she's not bringing the best leads. I know, yeah, earlier in the chat you reached out to me and you were saying, maybe there was some ways we could figure out, better ways for me to get more motivated leads. Yeah, I mean, I've been
Okay,
doing,
let
yeah,
me let me ask you a couple questions just so I can kind of get an idea of where you're at. Cool.
yeah.
Okay, so where are you? Is your VA pulling the list for you, or are they just calling?
They're just calling. I'm pulling the lists off like Deal Machine and then giving her the lists.
Gotcha. Okay, and then deal machine. What do you mean? What's deal machine?
So on Deal Machine, I'm making the lists and then the numbers are all like skip traced already. So she just calls through those.
Okay, and how many are you giving her? Like in a
So
month?
she makes it's like 200 calls a day. So I just keep supplying her with lists.
Okay, and then what are your filters for what you're pulling?
Mainly I'm doing like pre-foreclosure, tax delinquency. Like I did tax delinquent, Baltimore, Maryland, under 200K, individual owned, been owned for more than 2 years. That's pretty much what I do.
Okay. Um, how much are you paying for those?
Like I'm paying her $5 an hour.
No, the list.
Oh, the lists. Well, Deal Machine is like 120 a month, and then the dialer for her is like another 100. So I guess 230 a month.
Okay. And what is your VA's take on the situation with the leads that you're sending? Like, what is their opinion?
I mean, mostly when I ask her for an overview of like how the day went or anything, a lot of the time it's a low connection. It's just a low connection rate, or she'll just say, yeah, they didn't seem very motivated. Like they're like either make an offer or they'll say something, 50K above, market value. And like, of course you want to sell at that price. Yeah. But not many people are motivated. I would expect to get a little bit more from these lists I'm pulling.
Got it.
Yeah.
And do you think it's the quality of the list that's your primary culprit, or the quality of the VA? Because only you know your situation, and I know you've got a gut feeling on which one's which.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it could be a little bit of both because I had a meeting with her, of course, before like asking her to start all this. And she barely has any accent. So that's cool. Like she's good at like speaking everything and she has a lot of experience on the phone. So, I feel like it's less her. Maybe it's just the lists or the
Well, you can have no accent and still not be good on the phone. Like, are you listening to her recordings? Is she recording her calls?
Yeah, I listened to a few. Yeah, I guess they're not bad. I'd say they're all right.
So then the culprit is leaning more towards the list quality.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, there's only two factors. It's either the list quality or it's the VA.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, and I guess the list, because a lot of these lists sometimes in my free time, I'll call through on my own too, and the connection rate is not the best, or just they're completely unmotivated.
I think the main thing you got to do a process of elimination. So you need to change one, see if your situation changes. If it does, cool, that was the culprit. And if your situation doesn't change, then you change the other one and you see if your situation changes. So the easiest thing, especially if you've got a VA that doesn't have an accent, the easiest thing for you to do would be to switch up the data that you're giving her.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to have to get it from another source.
Right.
So one of the things that I could recommend, it's going to cost money. So typically, if you pull a list from, let's say, a batch leads or something like that, skip trace and all that, you're paying anywhere from 8 to 12 cents per. Mm-hmm. I got a hookup where the guy it's the company, but I only deal with the one guy. He charges me 4 cents.
Okay. Wow.
Per. And I'm not going to charge you 5. Like if you want me to have him pull a list, it's 4 cents per. You just tell me how many you want. And then we can do that. You can try a small batch to start, maybe a week's worth, see if your connection rate is better. You get on the phone, you call a couple, have your VA call a couple, listen to some of the recordings, see if it changes. If it doesn't change, then you got to start looking at maybe swapping out your VA. Another thing we would do is this guy, so the hookup that we have, he's a VA. The reason why I asked you in the beginning, he's a VA company that also pulls the list. So their filters for different markets and what they would pull based on the region that you're at, the zip codes, they have all that optimized. And they would, I mean, they'll pull yours if you want, but they'll give you a recommendation. Hey, you should, in this area, you should pull these filters. And that will usually yield you a better result as well.
I hear you.
So that's the easiest thing for you to switch. I don't know how that fits into your budget, but I mean, that's the easiest thing for you to switch, is get a new lead source.
I think that
I
think that sounds like it could be a good idea. So would I just pay them? Oh
no, it all goes through me. That's the great thing, you know, because I told this guy, he's like, oh, give me access to your people. Fuck you.
Yeah.
So you can bombard them with DMs and even no. I'll let people know about this as I hear that they need it, and then you know we'll get it set up. So yeah, you don't have to whenever you want to do it, you just shoot me a DM. Hell, we can do it right now if you want, and I'll send you a link. The link will take you to pay. Once you pay, you let our people know where you want it pulled from. Next day, you get your list.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that would be a good idea. Try at least like just a week.
I would do a week. Yeah, just beta test it out for a week. And if you're going to do it, you might as well do it right. I know you've got your own filters, and I don't know how long you've been wholesaling, but maybe go by their recommendation of what filters.
Yeah, I probably would. I've only been doing wholesaling like this summer pretty much.
So how many deals have you closed?
So I'm like going to be closing my first one in like a couple weeks. Again, it's like the Baltimore property. It's actually one lead my VA brought me. Nice. It was like I barely got it at a discount, and yeah, a few numbers were off, but I like didn't give up on trying to find a buyer. Found a guy who owns a property on the same street, and he agreed to pay like a couple extra $1,000. And I'm like, I know it's smaller than a usual assignment fee, but I'm like, if this thing closes,
hey, that's a win.
I'll be so happy.
That's a win, dude. Yeah, that's an absolute win. Nice. Okay, so then how long have you been a part of Deal Sniper?
Deal Sniper, I joined, let's see, I want to say like late May. Or like,
oh, you didn't get to see the JumpStart beta, did you?
I don't think so.
Oh, dude. Okay. Like, again, hold on, let me find it. I don't normally have to do this, but I'm going to show you because this will pencil out way better. Here it is. Check this out. So this is something we've been beta testing for a while. And again, I don't know how well you understand wholesaling, like all the ins and outs of it. I mean, obviously, I would assume you're an eternal student like the rest of us. But with this thing, this JumpStart program that you get access to this, which is me, Calvin, and Daniel's like guide to how to wholesale from start to finish. It goes through how to start, how to maintain, how to scale, tracking your KPI. I mean, it goes through everything. And then on top of that, we teach you disposition. A lot of people don't do that. So anyway, basically, this is everything. This is awesome. 95% of the people that we beta tested this with got their first deal in 30 days, and they're already working on their second, third, and fourth deals.
Amazing.
So this is awesome. But this isn't why I wanted to show you this. I mean, yeah, this is great, but how many so what would be a week's worth of records for your VA? She's doing how many? 200?
Yeah, she's doing 200 a day. Yeah, I think fair.
Okay,
yeah,
so she's doing 1,000.
1,000 calls a week.
Okay, if you bought 1,000, even at 4 cents.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. That's only $40. Huh. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, because if you got this whole program is $500. This whole thing's $500. You get the roadmap. You get Deal Sniper for life for free. You get a free CRM, which I'm pretty sure you already have because you have a VA. But the biggest thing is you get 20,000 records that will pull and skip trace for you.
Wow.
So on top of all this extra stuff, which is great. I mean, if you need it, it's great. You don't need a CRM, so that's not that big of a deal. But Deal Sniper for life, that's a big deal, especially if you start to scale. You can hire a VA to start doing your Deal Sniper offers for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. So, but the biggest thing is this here, because you're getting 20,000 leads that we can break up into different areas. We can send them to you in batches. Like, okay, this week, give me, 2,000. All right, next week, give me 2,000. Okay, the next week I just hired a VA. Give me 4,000. So we can break it up.
Okay, interesting.
So that's more what I was talking about. But then I kind of got ahead of myself because I thought it was going to be the last guy that I talked to. He wanted to just order leads, but he wanted $300 worth of leads, and that ended up being like 7,500 records. And I'm like, dude, just pay the extra $200. You get more than double that. So I just got ahead of myself. That actually doesn't make a big deal to you. Whenever you're ready to go and test it out, you just shoot me a message. I'll shoot you a link. You'll pay your $40, and we'll get you the list. Now the list does take 24 hours.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's fair. You know where they get it from? Is it like it's their own software online?
It's their own software, and that's the thing. So the reason why because I mean, you know that you've seen the trainings, you heard me on all my stuff. I don't deal with bullshit. Like if you're not what you present yourself to be, I'm not happy. So the reason why I like this company is because things like connection rate, people don't really have to worry about using them because they're taking the time to pull good data to make sure that things are valid. So that way, every lead that's being touched has got a potential value to it.
Okay, yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So, but honestly, I don't know what they're doing. I don't live in that world, so I don't know what they're doing.
Fair enough. Okay, I mean, then I'll shoot you a DM for that. I feel like that would definitely be worth a good like $40 or $50 just to test it out.
Hell yeah.
I wanted to ask you one other thing. So I had this this little, I don't know, picture made of like a "We Buy Houses," like one of those like bandit signs. It's a digital one. Would it be worth it to like advertise that place, like run Google ads or something like that to bring in leads?
You can. How much are you paying for your VA?
About like 100 a week.
And how much would it cost to do those bandit signs, the digital ones?
Depends how much outreach I want to get. I think that would be at least like $10 a day in ads.
So $300 a month or $200 a month if it's not on the weekends.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would rather you get another VA and have them and get more leads for them to call. Because here's why. Everyone and their mother has bandit signs up. We buy houses. Like, that's not original. If they've seen one, they've seen them all. And I used it way in the beginning when I first started. I did it through Facebook. And it brought me a couple until I got VAs. And I was like, holy shit. Right. So if you're talking about bang for your buck, I would do that. I would get the VA. You want to be actively prospecting.
Okay. Yeah.
That's more of a passive route.
Okay. Maybe, I'd probably get the other VA if this deal closes, then I'll have like a little extra cash to just have some room spent on another VA. I think that would be a good move. But
I think that's going to be your best move.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, then, all right. Well, I'll shoot you a DM. Let's get that list going. That'll be good.
Oh yeah. You let me know.
Any other questions?
There's a live tonight at 6 p.m. Central also. So if you need to hop in there, if you need anything, I'll be there. It's going to be an open Q&A. So any questions anyone has,
I appreciate that. One quick thing I would ask you. I don't know if you've heard of this before, but I submitted the 2 contracts to the title company, and they came back to me, and they were like, yeah, your guy, the seller's LLC, has been forfeited by the state. Have you heard of that happening?
Yeah, so that means for whatever reason, either he did something wrong or didn't pay his yearly dues.
Right.
But that means that his LLC, as far as title, escrow, and the city are concerned, doesn't exist. That'd be like, filling out a job application, but you use a completely made up name. So it's not going to fly. So you're going to have to let the seller or the buyer know, hey, the city flagged your LLC for whatever reason. They're not going to take it, which is no big deal. He just needs to put it under his name. That's all. Or give you a different LLC.
Yeah, because that's the seller. Yeah, it's the seller's LLC.
Oh, then the seller. Wait.
Yeah.
But the LLC owns the property.
Yeah, that's the dilemma. He's like, they haven't yeah, something like what you said, kind of like they haven't renewed it. And then she said something to me about I have to make an addendum to the original agreement where everybody in the LLC has to re-sign, like
Yeah.
sign off on the release of the property.
Yeah.
So it was kind of hard getting the seller just to sign, just walking them through the contract and everything. So I hope it's not a big pain.
It's
Um,
probably going to have to be that. In all honesty, that's probably exactly what you're going to have to do,
mhm.
because it'll be easier to do that than to get the state to reinstate his LLC for whatever reason. That can take a lot of time. You're
Yeah.
better off, even if it's 15, 20 minutes per person, you're better off just getting on the phone. And if you can get them all together, like on a group call,
Mhm.
or a group Zoom or Google Meet, have all of them open it up, the contract, and then you can walk them through all of it at once. That'll be your best bet, or as
Okay.
many of them at a time as you can,
Right. That makes sense. Makes sense.
because they're going to have to sign it away as the former executors of that LLC. But now, instead of the LLC as an entity, it has to be broken down into each person that was a part of it.
Right. Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
However, if you've got a bunch of people that own a property under an LLC, they already know how to sign it. They already know what this contract is. Like, they're obviously real estate investors. They already know what it is. So you probably won't have as much issue as you think getting them to sign it.
Yeah. Yeah. True. True. Yeah. It shouldn't be a problem. I mean, I'll make it happen. It's close enough at this point where I'm just, yeah, I'll get it done.
There you go.
So, all right, Sean. Well, I appreciate your help with everything. And yeah, I'll shoot you the DM about the list for sure.
All right, cool. Yeah. Let me know, man. I'll be ready.
Sounds good. All right. Thanks again.
No worries. See ya.